Hi guys, welcome to today's class. Our topic today is Supremacy of the Constitution. I remain Ayo Amiwe. Alright, we'll be looking at a few objectives today, which are 1. What is supremacy of the Constitution? 2. What is the doctrine of constitutional supremacy? We'll also be looking at what is supremacy law. We'll also look at illustration of supremacy clause, why is constitution important, 3 purposes of a constitution, and lastly, major reasons for supremacy of constitution. These are the few objectives we'll be looking at today. So please go along with me. What is supremacy of the constitution? This is a system of government in which the law-making freedom of parliamentary supremacy sits to the requirements of the constitution. The constitution binds all governments, both federal and provincial, including the executive branch. So in other words, we can say supremacy of the constitution is a doctrine whereby the constitution is the supreme law of the land, and all the state organs including parliament and state legislature are bound by it. So, what is the doctrine of the constitutional supremacy? Under the doctrine of constitutional supremacy, if a law or contract violates any norms of the constitution, that law or contract, whether promulgated by the legislative or by the executive branch or enter into by private person for private purpose, is null and void and without any force and effect. That is doctrine of the constitutional supremacy. So let's look at supremacy law itself. Supremacy of the law is a fundamental concept in the Western democratic order. The rule of law requires both citizen and government to be subject to known and standing laws. The principle is a further development of the principle of equity before the law, and law should be made in respect of particular person. So, when we talk about supremacy clause, what's the illustrations all about? The supremacy clause established that the constitution, that is federal law made pursuant of it, and treaties made under the authority, constitute the supreme law of the land and thus make priority over any conflicting state law. So, why is constitution important? The constitution forms the basic structure of any government. The constitution of any country is important because of the fact that it lays down all the legal and cultural aspects under which its people and the government bound bodies will be governed, and that too when there are foreign interactions in the personal affairs. So let's quickly look at the 3 purposes of a constitution. The constitution has 3 main functions, which are 1. It creates a national government consisting of a legislative, an executive, and a judicial branch, with a system of check and balance among the 3 branches. 2. It divides power between the federal government and the state. And lastly, it protects the personal liberty of citizens from intrusion by the government. So before we go, let's quickly look at the major reason for supremacy of the Constitution. The Constitution outlines not only the rights all humans are born with, simply by virtue of human being or human nature, it outlines how laws will be made and respected. The Constitution is supreme because it outlines how sovereignty flows from the citizen to the leaders. So, in summary, we have been able to learn what is supremacy of the Constitution, the doctrine of the Constitution, the purpose and reason of supremacy in a constitution, and lastly, why constitution is important. I will leave you with these few assignments before I go. 1. Explain supremacy in the constitution. 2. What are the main purposes of supremacy in a constitution? And lastly, explain the doctrine of the constitution. Thank you very much. See you in our next class. In case you have inquiries or answer, please send to the email under. Goodbye.